I'm really not too sure how to feel about that result. 1-1 away to Tottenham. I mean, in most circumstances, I think people would consider that to be quite a good result, but I'm not too sure. I really think we could have won it at the end there, especially. But I guess, I mean, people have been tweeting and replying to me saying that actually 1 point against Spurs is better than none. So I guess that is one way to look at it, and it's the glass half full sort of approach. But I really do think we could have snatched it at the end and secured the 3 points, which would have been really, really important in the race for the top four. So I'll discuss my thoughts on the game overall. So we'll start with the lineups. The biggest surprise was definitely seeing Paul Pogba start on the bench. There were reports earlier actually suggesting that he would start on the bench, but people were thinking this is one of the best players in the world. If you've got him available and fit from the match, there's no chance you can start him on the bench. But yeah, in the end, it was Pogba starting on the bench, and Rashford did start though after his return from injury. And I think most people were quite happy with the lineup. There was good balance between defence and attack. Fred and McTominay, I don't think anyone could argue about their starting places because they were pretty outstanding before the league got suspended. So yeah, I think in terms of the lineup, people were quite hopeful, and it was looking quite solid. And then we came to the first half, and we conceded quite early on. And I mean, before the goal, we were looking all right. Actually, I mean, Spurs did look to have control of the game, but I think we weren't playing too badly, and we were stringing a few passes together. But I mean, what is there to say about the goal? It was absolutely abysmal. Luke Shaw and Harry Maguire and David De Gea, all of them at fault for the goal entirely. We allowed the Spurs player to run all the way through on goal, and De Gea really, really should have saved that shot. It was straight at him. I don't think he has any excuses there. So a lot of people have been saying that maybe Dean Henderson will replace him next season, and if he keeps on putting in performances like that, then he definitely will. It really wasn't great at all from a player that has captained our club so many times. I think he did make a few good saves actually in the game. He denied Son's header, which could have made it 2-0. But I really think that the mistake for that first goal, there's no excuse for that. He really is at fault. And yeah, again, Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire is the world's most expensive defender. I do not know how he let a player drift past him so easily. Bergwijn literally just walked past him as if no one was there. And Luke Shaw, his defence the entire game was so shaky. I mean, going forward, he was actually all right, which is surprising. Usually it's the other way around, but defending, he really wasn't great at all. So yeah, I think the first half overall, after we conceded, I think the players lost a bit of hope and things were really on the back foot, and it wasn't looking great for us. In the second half, we started off with a bit more of the same. There was a bit more attacking intent at the start, and it looked like maybe we were going to get a chance or so. I think actually, yeah, I forgot to say Rashford did have a pretty decent chance in the first half at 0-0, where Lloris made a really good save with his feet. But apart from that, we didn't really create much. Yeah, back to the second half. We started the second half off pretty well. We were showing some more attacking intent, but it was pretty clear that Spurs were just going to sit back, sit deep, let us try attacking, and just hold off it really. And they were doing quite well. And it was clear we needed some creativity. We needed a spark. We needed a world class player to ignite our team. And I think the game was just calling out for Paul Pogba. And then when Paul Pogba and Mason Greenwood did come on, it completely changed the dynamics of the game. Immediately, I think the minute Paul Pogba came on, there was a link up between him and Bruno Fernandes, and the ball ended up with Martial, who I think he took a little bit too long with his shot, and it was saved. But I think you could see there was clear intent and there was clear quality on the ball, and that was something which we were lacking going forwards. I think Fred and McTominay weren't exactly bad, but they don't have the quality that Paul Pogba has going forwards. They don't pose that sort of threat. But yeah, so Paul Pogba and Mason Greenwood really did change the game. There were a few other opportunities as well. Rashford came close, Martial came close, and then when Paul Pogba was, I think he was near the corner flag, doing a bit of trickery with his feet. I think he lost the ball well, I thought he lost the ball at some point, but he clearly didn't. He managed to dribble past the right back. But yeah, as he dribbled into the box, a Spurs player absolutely wiped him out, and it was a penalty to Manchester United. And that is exactly what Paul Pogba is about. He's a powerhouse. He will get in there. He will get in behind your defence, and when he does, you've got no other option but to take him out, or it was going to be a goal for us, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, the main man stepped up at the penalty spot as well, Bruno Fernandes, and I don't think anyone had a doubt in their mind. I was a little surprised he didn't do his little stuttery run up like he usually does, but it was more straight to the point, bottom corner, great finish, and that was 1-1. And after that, it looked like Spurs may be trying to get the winner, but no, in the end, it was us that looked more likely to score. There were appeals for a second penalty, and it was given by the referee, but then VAR overturned it and found that there was no contact. Personally, my heart broke because I was celebrating so much when the referee called for a second penalty, but these things happen, and VAR made the right decision in the end. And then towards the end of the game, I think our biggest chance fell to our young starlet, Mason Greenwood, who was through down the wing, took a touch to the right to turn Davies, and managed to get a shot away at the far post, but drifted it just wide, and it was really, really unlucky because it was a great shot, and it was written in the stars. If Mason Greenwood scored that, it just felt like he had to score, and especially with the way he's been playing this season, I had no doubt that he would score, but these things happen, and it was a pretty difficult shot. I think I'm just setting a really high expectations for him based on how well he's played this season, but no, he did do really, really well, and he was unlucky. And I think, if I'm honest, I think Mason Greenwood has earned himself a spot in the starting 11 over Daniel James for the next game, because James was really, really one-dimensional all game, and it was just clear he's not physically built for the Premier League yet. He's not got the physicality. He was getting shouldered off the ball. From the first minute, it was clear Eric Dyer had him. And it's just, we really needed that someone who was going to produce that little bit of trickery, get the ball past him, not be afraid to take a shot. But with Daniel James, we always knew what it was going to be. It was going to be a kick and run, or it was going to be an attempted cross. But yeah, I think overall, it is a devastating result, but I'm not going to be reactionary. I'm going to try and be reasonable and consider the fact that it could have been a loss, and it was very close to actually being a loss. And if Paul Pogba didn't turn it around, I'd be here talking about us dropping 3 points. But no, that's not the case. I think we picked up a point, and we fought really hard for it. And this is the first game back. Let's not forget. It was clear that the players were a bit out of touch, and there's a lot more work for them to be doing. But these things will come with time. They're still getting into they only came back to training not too long ago, and they're getting back into their game, and it will take time, but I have no doubt that we will improve and build upon this result. I want to say a few things about a few players. So I think the standout players for me today were Paul Pogba and Bruno Fernandes. That duo is going to make the most outstanding link up for our squad. And I think Bruno Fernandes, I don't think he got enough. He got on the ball enough in the first half, but the thing is, he's not afraid to take a shot, and that's what we need at Manchester United. It's something that we've been lacking. It's like players are too timid to take a shot. They're always looking for the pass or the cross. And Bruno Fernandes, no, that's it. If he gets a glimpse at goal, he will go for a spectacular finish. But it didn't really work out for us in the final minute when he did take a shot from a long way out, and it ended up well wide. But sometimes it does pay off, and I think, yeah, Bruno Fernandes did do really well today. And Paul Pogba, I don't think there's much more to say really. He transformed the game. He made us look from a team that were well beaten to a team that had hope to not only equalise and draw, but also win the game. And I really can't wait to see what him and Bruno Fernandes link up and how they work in the next few weeks, because it's really going to be amazing. Yeah, I know De Gea, Maguire, Shaw, they all didn't put in a great defensive performance, and I'm not going to defend them for that because their defending for the goal that we conceded it's indefensible. They were absolutely shocking, and they really need to sharpen up a little bit. You can tell it's the first game back. Harry Maguire looked incredibly slow in his mind and physically as well. But yeah, I think these things will improve with time because our defensive statistics speak for themselves. We've got one of the best defences in Europe, and we will improve on that aspect. It's just first game back, the players need a bit of time to adjust again, and yeah, we will get there. But overall, I think I'd say not too bad a result, all things considered. There were times when we thought we could have lost the game, so I guess a draw isn't all that bad. Now we move on to Sheffield United on Wednesday, and that should be a good game, and we definitely need the 3 points there to stop them from overtaking us in the table. So I think that concludes my video for today. Thank you for listening, and if you like our content, please do like and subscribe to our channel.